Hey, we wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Yes.
And you have no idea why we're wishing you a happy birthday, but we are excited for you to discover why we're wishing you that. Because whether you know it or not, today is your birthday. So we're glad you're here.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome back to our fun-filled podcast. We're glad you're here with us. We're going to try something a little different today. It might be a big fail.
Or it could be awesome.
It could be. All right. So we have some cards here with some prompts on it. And I think
We literally have no
we
idea
have
what the
no
prompts
idea.
say.
We
So
have no idea.
I want to preface that.
Yes.
We do not know.
We do not know.
So tell us the point of this.
I'm just bringing something to the table.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Quite literally, it's at the table.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Describe the best birthday celebration you've ever had. You just had a birthday.
I did.
Was it the best celebration you've ever had?
I don't know. I don't know how to classify a celebration, right?
Okay.
And I think like for me, it was very chill. However, oh man, here's so throughout the day, I got to see just different people that I care about. They were just coming over, and it like I felt as if I was having the first birthday that I didn't have to have a birthday. So in the past, like I felt kind of like birthdays are my opportunity to be seen. Do you see me? And I think I just had the first birthday that I did not have that hole in my heart. And so I'm like, that was probably the best birthday I've ever had because I didn't have to have it. And I just got to see a whole lot of people that I cared about. So
I like that.
yeah. Plus, I'm 45, and I feel like the older I get, the more accurate that my body and soul are compared to those people that like they say I feel younger. I feel older. I've always felt older, and so I'm like, oh, I'm 45. I'm so comfortable at 45.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Body finally caught up to your soul.
Almost. I mean, I'm thinking it's more like 70, but at that age, you're like,
soul's now
yeah.
trying to catch
It's like, man, you just got to get to 70 now.
So, best birthday party?
Well,
It's a
best-
celebration.
Yeah,
So-
best birthday I can read.
Yeah. So, I'm probably a little different than most people. Like, I didn't
You're
really have birthday parties or celebrations
up.
growing up. And a lot of that had to do with just kind of life circumstances and all that kind of stuff. I think maybe I had like one from like birth through 18, which is cool. And that's fine. Like, so I just didn't grow up in it. And so I think coming here to this church, like I developed some practices and rhythms with my kids where like on my birthday, I go buy them gifts and I take them out to go do something fun, which I totally enjoy as a dad. But it wasn't until like I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, I was telling Pastor Allen about that. He's like, dude, that is so wrong. Like you need to like let your family celebrate you. And so I think it was like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. I think I had to like preach on my birthday, and then like I had something else on Father's Day. My kids with my wife took me up to Estes Park for what they call Daddy Day. And it was like kind of a combination of the two, but like the whole day they just dedicated it to doing things I loved. So walking around Estes Park, eating ice cream, hiking, shop. I don't like shopping. They like shopping. But yeah, and we didn't do anything like magical or anything like that. It was just so fun to be seen by my family where their goal is we just want to do something for you. And them understanding like, hey, you actually just love being with us. You love enjoying our company and having experiences. So it wasn't something I had to plan and organize. It was like totally something they did, which is fun because I remember we were up there that day and, you know, I think the elk were out. And so we're at this park up in Estes Park and like all these elk just walked up onto the park where my kids are playing. And so they're up like, you know, by this slide thing and there's just massive elk right next to them. It was the weirdest, wildest thing in the world, but it was really cool.
right on. You've brought up something there. You had a vocabulary of they wanted to celebrate you. I've heard like people talk about birthdays of like, how do we celebrate so and so? How do we? And it's a phrase that I don't think typically goes anywhere. I tend to pick things apart, right? Like, so here, it's time to celebrate so and so. Why don't we take them out to eat? And so in my head, I'm like, so is that actually celebrating
Right.
so and so? Like,
Or is that just eating?
It's like it's an excuse to do something. Okay, so here's the question: like, truly, if I don't know, if our goal is to celebrate people, how are people celebrated? If I am actively having a desire to celebrate you, how do I do that?
Well, I think this ties into maybe even actually a little bit of the conversation we had on the last podcast where we were talking about gifts. Seeing people and understanding like what actually causes your heart to come alive. What is the thing that you need right now? Because a lot of times when we plan celebrations for people, it's just an excuse to either eat food, to go out and do something. But like we're not often thinking about, but what is the yearning of this person's heart?
So maybe they don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah, but like I think the biggest part is like seeing people and seeing past like the surface, but like looking underneath at the heart. Like so for you, for the longest time, you're like, I just want people to see me.
Right.
And so, yeah, what does that look like to actually see people and plan things for people?
So the other day on Saturday, Saturday was my birthday, and Mariana and Daniel sent me a text and said, can we come over? I was like, of course. And they brought a box of donuts and an egg casserole. And because Mariana totally knows that if I eat donuts by myself, I'll feel guilty. I just ate. But if I have something healthy, it balances out the donut. I don't know how that works, but
works in your mind.
But it was just cool. Like they brought this box of donuts, and then they're like, and then the healthy part, the egg casserole, and that after that happened, I was like, that was like the best beginning to any birthday. So if they only brought the box of donuts, then I'd be like, thanks. But it was both, and I felt whole. Are there things that happen that people do for you, or call out, or say that speaks to your heart? That's like, man, that speaks to me.
You're asking me.
Yeah, I am. I'm like staring right at you.
Yeah, you are. I feel like I'm a different breed because I love birthdays. I love my birthday. I'm definitely the like selfish, it's my birthday month, know. I make sure everybody knows when it is. It's never been forgotten, and I'm intentional with that.
Right.
And at the same time, I don't think I give people the opportunity to seek that because I'm so quick to be like, this is what I want. This rather than maybe stepping back a little bit and being like, see what people would do. I don't know if I've given
But are the
that
things that you
opportunity.
want like surface level? Like I want a new watch. I want a new, or are there like actual deep things, heart things that you tell people?
Yeah, no, I mean, there are some surface level things for sure, but my favorite thing that I do for my birthday is my oldest daughter and I drive up to Estes Park for a day, and there's like no rules, and we just hang out together all day. I would take my youngest, but she gets car sick, and it's just not going to happen. So, but
It was a bad birthday.
yeah,
Delaney puking all over your
but
car.
that'd be fun. So, but I wanted to go to Estes one year, and Maylee wanted to go with me, and we did it, and it was just such a magical day that it's like we just incorporate that into every single year. But yeah, I am, when people are like, I hate giving gift cards, because it just doesn't mean anything. A gift card to me is wonderful. Because I now have the control to get what I want, as opposed to having to be like, thanks. So I don't know.
But I think there's something though, even as I'm thinking about your question, there's something about somebody putting in the effort to truly understand you and to seek out like, what is this person's heart truly longing for? That I think, like, for me, with my family, for that day that they did, that felt like the real gift, right? The day and the
Right.
experience was great, and I loved it, but it was like, oh, but you guys cared enough about me to figure this out and to plan this and to do this. Like, it was almost like their pursuit of something that fulfilled my heart. That was the true gift. And that actually put me in a position to where I think I was actually able to really fully be able to enjoy that gift. And that's just me, though. Like, I'm not saying everybody has to be that way, but like,
Yes, you are, Nate.
maybe I am. I don't know. But like, there's something about that. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, how many times in life has somebody really done the work to try to understand you and to know and then to do something out of that, as opposed to like, I could tell you what I really want. Like, I think marriage all the time, right? You know, my wife could tell me what she wants me to do, or I could do the hard work of figuring it out and listening and, you know, paying attention to her heart and doing it. Like, what's going to make her happier? Is it that I just did what she told me to do, or that like I knew her well enough to understand what she needed even without her asking?
You're right. And I will say the times that people have done that for me, and not even necessarily on my birthday, but just in random times, I remember those more than I remember what gift card did so-and-so give me last year. And what did I even get with it, you know? So.
Hi.
Hi, Stetson.
I'm separating what an ideal birthday would be from celebration because
Yep.
I think they're two different categories. I think for me, being celebrated is someone seeing the things I'm trying really hard to do and just pointing out that it's like it's working or it's like it's making an impact of like, yeah, like you're doing it. And it's usually in a category that is like really hard to like measure success in, or at least you can't be objective when you're the one going after it. And so to hear someone else's perspective, it's like really validating. So I don't know. So it's kind of achievement oriented, but I don't like the word achievement because it's not for the sake of achievement. It's just like, I don't know. My heart is wanting these things to move forward and for that to be pointed out of like, hey, you're actually moving these things forward. I think that's where I feel the most celebrated.
Yeah.
But as far as like a birthday, I've processed this a lot with my wife because her and I, we have like very different perspectives on what like a good holiday or birthday should be. Like I really frustrate her when it comes to my birthday because it's like, we are wired so differently. Our experiences growing up were so different. Like, I think for her, like a birthday is like, have all the family over and like,
Oh gosh.
let's go around the table and like say something nice or like, I don't know.
Which is great for those who like that.
Yeah, for sure. But for me, it's like I've narrowed down. It's like a good holiday, a good birthday involves, I think it's three things. It is three things. Really good food, activity that is centered on what the adults want to do. Like people aren't focused on the kids. And then people you feel really comfortable being around and you just laugh together. Like that to me is like the magic recipe for a great Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthday, you name it. So when it's like, do you want to invite your dad? It's like, no. Like, I honestly, no.
I hope he's not listening right now.
And like, I don't want to invite any family over because these are not the people that we spend the most time around. Like we have to host and we're in host mode and it's about them and they're more focused on their grandkids and instead of wanting to have fun. And I don't know if they know how to have fun. Like we like to have fun. And it's just like, so yeah, last year was like the first year where I was like, no, let's have no family. And the whole day was just super chill. And we ordered really good Chinese food and we had like a few friends over to play cards. Yeah. And it was amazing. Like it was great.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. It's kind of like being able to fill in the gaps of it, like in whatever phase that you're in or what you're doing. I think like our hearts have these gaps that like if you're around family all the time, you just have a desire to see your friends or you know, how are you celebrated? I think like that, or should people be celebrated? So you have the whole Jehovah's Witness thing, right? Like you don't celebrate birthdays, you don't celebrate holidays because the only one who's supposed to be celebrated is God himself. So I mean, like, so in the conversation of how to celebrate, are you celebrated? Should people be celebrated? So what is the heart behind celebration? Like especially going into the fall, I am celebrating pumpkin spice everything.
Yes.
I already have begun playing Christmas music. I have
Instrumental only or
yeah.
like full on?
You gotta wait till it gets under
Full
32
on.
for that.
Okay.
No, I am
You're
a
in it.
full on.
Okay.
I'll decorate on October 31st for Christmas.
That's awesome. I'm
You're there,
all
though.
in.
You're
I'm
there.
all in.
You're there.
Your eye twitching.
Yeah, and
So Stetson's like, no.
so what is it about the human heart
Yeah.
and how God built us that there's a theme of celebration that kind of bubbles up?
I don't think this is going to answer this question, but I'm so while we're talking about this, I'm in this midst of this like birthday storm at my house. Okay, so my youngest, her birthday was in August. She had a performance on her birthday that took over that weekend, so we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
But we celebrated her like for a dinner as just our family. Then she had a birthday party planned, but not everybody could make it. So she ended up just having a sleepover with 2 little girls, but still wanted her full party. So this girl, we've celebrated her 3 times in 3 weeks.
3 cakes.
Okay, it's been a touch exhausting.
Yeah.
We finally finished her last party on Sunday this last week. Okay, this was all of her friends at a party.
It's almost her birthday again.
It's been a month. It's been a month of birthday. And we come home, and a couple of friends, we brought them back home. They left. And she said to me, she goes, I'm kind of glad my birthday's over. And I was like,
Me too,
was
kid.
it a bit much for you to celebrate a month? She's like, a little bit. And for her, like, she is full on like I am. Like, I want it all the attention, all the celebration. And it was too much. It was too much birthday, too much celebration.
So the question is, like,
I know, I didn't answer the question at all.
Why do we want that? Or
Like, what's
why
in
is
us?
that a...
Yeah, like what is it that if it didn't happen, the human experience would feel a bit smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I think the easiest answer that I could give is this: is like we all want to be seen. Like I think that's really what it comes down to. Because unfortunately, the reality is like we live in a world where everything is kind of pushing you into conformity. So like you're in a workplace, okay, go do your job, execute your stuff, don't cause a scene, right? You're in a classroom as a little kid, don't disrupt, don't do any of this stuff, just get your work done, pass your test, get good grades, go, like there's almost this whole system designed to get us into a place of conformity to where it's like, this is what you look like, this is how you operate, this is how you function. And so we always talk about creativity being this thing that we want to celebrate, but like when you actually look at the way the world functions, for the most part, it's not. Like creativity is actually a thing that can make your life a little bit more complicated. But I think there's still this longing that we all have to be different than the people around us. It's like, look, I actually want to be seen. I yearn to be seen. And so I think that's really the driving factor, at least when I think about it for my life and just some of the people that I'm connected to. It's a day where I'm not just one of the kids in the house. It's a day where I'm not just like every other kid who's in the classroom. It's a day where I stand out. It's a day where I have an opportunity to shine. And I think God has, I think he's wired us to want to be seen. I think he's wired us to be unique. Like I don't think God created all of humanity so that we could just go down this conveyor belt and all look and act and function the same. Like there is something, and I've learned a lot about this from you, KJ, of just being able to celebrate beauty and to see the unique things in different people. That's why I think we want to be celebrated. We don't just want to be a part of an organization. We want to be seen for our unique contributions to that. And we want that affirmed. And we want to be told, hey, you're doing it. You're doing a great job. We want to know that we matter, right? Because if we don't celebrate anything, like how do you know that you matter?
That's good. I was thinking as you were talking, and I'm going to like put this through the filter of my own experience.
Yeah.
The desire to be seen, but how difficult it is to be seen by any particular person from like a whole person perspective. So like, for instance, whenever you have children that you are pouring into, right? Like all of your energy is going into them. And under the age of like 17 or 18, our kids do not see us. But they get all of the best parts of us. And so I think like a huge part of how I felt on my birthday was, oh my gosh, my kids, they actually see me and they're able to vocalize, I'm thankful that you are my father. Man, that's
Done.
cool.
Yeah.
And then to have people from the place that I work at come over and be like, I see you. It's like that whole other side that like people in my family don't see. Like that's a part of my heart. And then from a family perspective, a friend perspective, how I'm starting to like see there are certain parts of us that are celebrated, and then there are parts of us that are dying to be celebrated. And so, okay, I'm going to turn the corner. Are there parts of you that you have not had celebrated that are like calling out?
Oh.
That's kind of like, man, I just want someone to see this. Or am I going down a bad? I mean,
No.
This is the path that I go. It's like,
Well, I think that's something for everyone watching to be thinking about too, right? Because, all right, so I'm going to use my birthday kind of experience here as an example. As I've reflected on this in recent years, I think the reason that I never wanted to be celebrated on my birthday is because there was this part of me that felt like as a kid, like that I wasn't seen. And so it's like, okay, like I don't want to reopen that wound. I don't want to go down to that place. And so you almost sometimes build these defense systems around you because of childhood experiences that you've had and things that you've walked through where I would just say like, I think we've all got those parts and maybe look to the parts that you're actually fighting to keep people from seeing right now, because maybe that's actually the place where you need to be seen and celebrated the most. At least that's kind of the case for me, right? You always downplay, oh, not a big deal. Like, whatever, this is just a thing that I do. And it's like, oh, maybe there's a wound there and you're actually trying to protect yourself because there's this part of you that desperately yearns to be seen and celebrated.
Right.
And you're afraid that you won't be. And so you're denying it by trying to protect it and cut it off from people doing that.
Yeah.
So yes, do we have those parts?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking less about the parts that others can't see and the parts that I can't see, and I need others to like point it out. Like the areas where like I may feel like I'm doing a poor job, but the objective perspective is different and more nuanced. So just kind of this reassurance of like, you are not utterly dropping the ball. You're actually doing something like really valuable here. I think those are the parts. Yeah. I don't know if this is helpful, but I keep thinking of the act of singing the birthday song. Like as soon as you talked about Jehovah's Witnesses of like, you don't celebrate people there. I would venture to guess 9 out of 10 people feel very uncomfortable being sung the birthday song too. Would you say so, or am I just like projecting?
I think adults.
Adults.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think you
yeah.
lose it. As a child, it's great.
And maybe
but
there's something to that too. But like for me, when I'm getting the birthday song sung to, like, I don't know. It's this combination of like, I'm being put on this pedestal because the earth did a lap.
around the sun.
Yeah. Like I didn't do anything, but also this isn't, the lyrics of this song aren't pointing to the day and what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
And tomorrow someone will get that song.
right. Like unless someone is literally like fighting for their life and they weren't expected to make the next birthday, I don't know if the song like really encapsulates a sense of like, you did it. It's just a day.
Happy birthday to
Is
you.
there
are.
some, I mean, this could be a bit morbid,
We've done a morbid podcast before.
but is there something about the acceptance of the song that like kids can accept it because like, yeah, awesome. The older you get, it's kind of like, is this true? Am I happy I'm here?
Is this a happy birthday?
Is this happy day? Because there's a lot of pain on this day. There's a lot of wounds on this day.
Yes.
And thanks for singing the song and opening up the pain and the wounds. And I think like there's something in there. It's like, can I accept the song? And kind of like circle back, I think this year is the first year I've been able to accept the song. I think there's something in that.
Well, it's almost like this invitation back to like a childlike perspective. Not like being ignorant of the reality, but like, man, like kids, when they're there, they're just grateful for what they have. They're like, this is so great. Like I think when we get older, we get so jaded and skeptical and critical of so many different things, and rightly so for some of the experiences that we have.
I mean, but think about it. Apart from a off experience, like a birthday experience, so you're just going to, as a kid, you have your parents celebrating you, right? As you grow up, who celebrates you? It's and if it's just our parents again, it's like a checking the box compared to an authentic, there's integrity behind this experience and the acceptance of it. I don't know. There's something in there.
Well, it's like if Mariana and Daniel had showed up with a birthday card that just said "Happy birthday, KJ."
Yeah.
Love the Wakefields.
Yeah. Versus showing up with donuts and a casserole. Like that's integrity.
Yeah.
The card is, I'm jumping through a hoop. Here you go.
Right,
Happy
right,
birthday.
yeah.
The casserole and the donuts is, hey, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you and I celebrate you.
Yeah.
It's saying the same thing, but it's saying it in a way that your soul understands it.
Right. I think the thing I'm trying to get at is it is like a parental obligation to celebrate our kids. Right. As you get older, that obligation's not there anymore. And there's this heartfelt desire to be seen. There is an incredible amount of pressure that's put on community at that point to see its people. Because if the community doesn't celebrate, who's going to celebrate? If the community doesn't see, who is going to see? Like it's that type of thing. And I'm going back to the whole point of this podcast. It's the Finding Family podcast. So if you have a perfect family, you grow up in a flawless family, and you don't ever age, and your parents don't ever age, and you are in a cycle of habitual happy birthdays, you don't have to find another family,
Right.
because that's forever. But that's impossible,
Right.
because people grow up, parents pass on, they get older, things shift, and the desire of our hearts is to see and to see others. But so often our focus is on, I have to have community if things get bad. I have to get community for support. I have to get, well, what about finding family for your birthday parties? That's the thing I'm trying to like, what about finding family to bring you casseroles and donuts? Finding family to go on a bear hunt, finding family to, I mean, it's like those good things, the whole picture. Yeah, that's the place it's bringing me.
Yeah. I think something about what you're saying and the way you're saying it might be peeling a layer back on my ideal birthday or holiday of just like good food, friends. It's just like focus on what we want to do in the moment. And this might be coming from a perspective that a lot of people can't relate to. Like, I'm in a job where I do a lot of things publicly, and if I do a good job in those roles, it's common to receive feedback in a positive sense. So, like, I'm blessed that I have a life where on a somewhat regular basis, I'm being affirmed in the things that I'm doing. And so there's that. And I'm not lonely, but I think I need to see on my birthday, if it wasn't my birthday and I invited you to come over and just to have some cake and Chinese food for no reason, would you still want to? And would we enjoy it? And I want to see in that moment, it's like when all the reasons are stripped away, this still remains. And that's the biggest gift and celebration of like, you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's not a special occasion. We just want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's not necessarily a celebration of anything that I've done, but it's an affirmation of we love you enough to spend time with you. And I think that's why I don't like being sung the happy birthday song, because it feels fake, or maybe it's because it's the same
obligation.
Song everyone
Or maybe
has
just
sung.
because the song sucks.
And it's because, and it's being sung because it's that date on the calendar.
Yeah.
But they didn't come over to have Chinese food and cake because it's that date on the calendar. They came over because they wanted to.
Yeah. So as I'm thinking about this whole conversation, trying to think of kind of a practical takeaway, like a next step, like, all right, what do we actually do with this?
Yeah. Did this work?
Did this work? Very well. We just did a very long conversation. I think for me, and you guys can chime in if you want, but like as I'm thinking about this conversation, like what do I hope people listening do with this? Really, I think the biggest thing is that I would encourage you to do is like figure out that place of your heart and soul and who you are that needs to be seen. Because we spend a lot of our time trying to deny that, trying to distract ourselves from that, trying to push it away. That's why we stay so busy. That's why whenever that slow ache happens in our heart, like maybe we go find some food or a drink or something like that just to numb it.
Yeah.
But pay attention to that part of your heart that needs to be seen. And once you figure it out, like it's totally appropriate to let people know, right? I think that's a part of what family does. Like you let people know when you need help. You let people know when you want to hang out. You let people know when you want to go do something together. But you can't do that unless you actually do the work of figuring out what needs to be seen, what needs to be celebrated.
Yeah, I think too, like circling that term celebration, are there parts of me that have not been celebrated that should be?
Yeah.
And probably the first person who should do it is us.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like that kind of thing, like to be able to hold
gonna
that. You're
celebrate
like, man, I am proud of this. I am proud, or I think there's something in there that's pretty profound, especially going into Thanksgiving's coming up and Christmas and Advent,
All the
Epiphany,
celebrations.
All the good
all
things.
the things. So
But
Yeah.
I think a birthday is also a really good opportunity to it could be a practical takeaway. Like it made a big difference when I had like a heart to heart with my wife and what I truly wanted to do on my birthday.
Yeah.
And it might be valuable for some to like really think through. It's like instead of just doing what you've done every birthday, if you just wipe the slate clean and built your ideal birthday, what would you do?
Yeah.
And how you answer that question might be revealing to the questions that we've been asking. There might be deeper layers to that. Of like, I want to do this. And then asking, well, why?
Yeah.
What is it about that is like
What
feeding your
and
heart?
it doesn't have to be your birthday.
No,
This can be
exactly.
every
This
day
could be
of your
everything.
life.
Right.
Well, and then
right,
I mean, you think about if you're married, your relationship with your spouse. Like,
Guys,
think
I'm
about a
outta
date night.
here.
Like,
I got stuff to do.
what do you want to do? You know, it's just like, oh, we just always go to dinner. Like, but what do you actually want to do?
Right,
Like, what would
right.
cause your heart to come alive and be seen? So,
Paintball.
like, you can take this and put this in
like paintball.
every area of your life. Even parents with kids, like, think about the time you spend together, your time with friends. Like, it can be really impactful.
And even asking what wouldn't you like to do and why?
Yeah, and a lot of times that might tell you what you actually want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is good. Guys, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. everybody.
Happy birthday.
Bye, friends. We'll see you next time.